on top.
I wanted to talk about your daily lifestyle hacks that you can freaking become your super self. This stuff is crazy, dude. It's gold. And I've implemented it into my life kind of on accident. I didn't even know what I was doing about 3.5, 4 years ago. And I want to take you through your miracle morning. Actually, there's a book called Miracle Morning. It's dope. If you really want to check it out, I highly suggest that you do. So, what is your miracle morning? Your miracle morning is going to consist of your first hour of your day with no electronics, no social media. You're not picking up the newspaper or the news. What happens, you might be like, well, the newspaper's not electronics. The newspaper is going to have a lot of negative bullshit and all of this stuff. You can't really control what's being inputted into your mind. So it's kind of like when you open up your Facebook and some nasty, like, stupid post comes up and you're like, damn, I didn't even want to see that shit, right? So it's the same thing. You open up the newspaper and it's riddled with all of this negative crap that you don't really want to input into your brain, right? That's all stuff like Mark Divine said, that he can go on Google and check some of the highlights and the updates and get all the news in about 5 minutes and be done with all the other stuff. So you really want to wake up your first hour of your day, eat breakfast, drink 10 ounces of water, and just wake up and have your brain wake up. So the first thing that you want to do is understand savers, right? And savers is broken down so that your first S is silence, meditating, box breathing. Maybe you're into prayer. All of those things are going to bring a lot of stillness and peace and clarity into your life. So I highly suggest that when you guys wake up, you have some of this, one of these implemented. It is, whatever it is for you to quiet your mind and like block out the chatter and really get everything out. Silence, meditating, prayer, box breathing. I personally use box breathing a lot. That is something that I love. I learned it from Mark Divine. If you guys go on YouTube and look at Mark Divine, he runs SEAL Fit Kokoro Camp. He's in California. Dude is a beast. He's he's retired. He's a Navy SEAL commander, one of the top Navy SEAL commanders. So this guy is no joke, really tough and hardcore. Now, savers, right? So we went through the S, which is silence. What's the A? A is for affirmations, encouraging words that you're going to be able to tell yourself to achieve your goals, to overcome your fears, and, be happy and live out your purpose, right? Because we all know living out our purpose, knowing our purpose, and then living it out every day is going to be really important, really vital, so that we can really, reach our own goals, and then in turn helping other people do that with their goals, right? So daily affirmations, telling yourself that, whatever your affirmations are, you're going to continuously tell them to yourself every day in that miracle morning, right? So we get to V, which is visualization, imagining yourself as your super self, right? That is my blueprint. That's part of my blueprint to becoming your super self is, we're going to get science and nerdy and geeky here, where we're going to talk about quantum entanglement and how, you can take a particle, and if a particle is split and the other part is sent to the other side of the world, whatever we do to this particle is it's going to happen in this particle at the same exact time, right? So they're connected. The energy is connected. They're still one, right? So when you're looking at visualizing your super self and where you want to go, how you're going to feel, how you're going to look, what you're not doing, what you are doing, you're directly linked to that super self version of yourself, and it's going to help pull you forward, pull you through those hard times when you want to quit, maybe you have a client that wants to quit their program and you're like, well, what's your vision like? What's your super self doing right now in this moment? And how are they feeling? And what are they going to do to get out of this moment that they want to quit? And they're like, oh, all right, boom, and it might not be as fast, but they're going to get it, right? So visualization is super important, especially in the morning. You're starting your day. Exercise, right? That's an easy one, and it doesn't have to be crazy powerlifting in your first hour. And you don't have to do, a pyramid set of, 200 pull-ups. It doesn't have to be all that crazy shit. It can just be some jumping jacks, some mountain climbers, running in place, just to get your blood flowing and oxygen going to the brain, right? That way you wake up and you start feeling good. And it could just be like 5 minutes, dude. Do some yoga poses and stuff, right? But you really want to get your blood flowing. That's important. And this one is one of my favorite ones. It's reading. Reading is going to fill your brain with positive, information. I highly suggest also that you guys check out Audible. You can speed books up to 3 times the speed. I found that depending on who's reading the book, you can get to about 1.8 to 2 times the speed. Until then, it just gets to craziness and it's out of control. But guys, daily reading, every day, personal development when you're driving to work is a great time to do Audible. In the morning you can read, and you're not having your electronics, so really, pick up a book and just fill your brain up with some positive stuff. For me, honestly, I save reading for when after the fact I do, after my workout and I take a shower, once I'm meal prepping or I do my weekly meal prep, that's when I put on audiobooks. And then I crush, 1 hour of audio in 2 hours of audio in 1 hour because I have my speed sped up. And then what you're doing is when you have Audible, you're actually increasing your listening skills as well. So that's really important because we want to be able to listen to people and not just give them information, but we want to listen so that we know what information to give, right? So the last one is scribing. I've actually had a lot of mentors actually in the music field, which is kind of funny, talk about how I need to wake up and write 2 pages every day. So my call to action for you guys today is that you write 2 pages for at least 7 days. And generally I want to say 14 days, but after 7 days, right when you wake up, you write 2 pages. After you have your water, eat your breakfast, feed your cat or your dog, right? Write 2 pages in your journal. What happens is you're going to start seeing that a lot of your right brain and subconscious stuff is going to be coming out, right? So after about 7 days, you're going to notice that you're really mentally clear and you're going to be like, holy shit, I don't know what to write anymore. This is weird, right? So from that point, you just keep writing and you start to feel even clearer and clearer. It's going to do a lot for you. I was actually writing my transformation story, the 3 to 5 minute transformation story from module 3. And I was doing it after I did my 2 pages of journaling in the morning. And I will tell you, it's insane. I was like, holy shit, like, wow, this is crazy. So, when you wake up and you start journaling, amazing, helps you with mental clarity and being mentally just focused and clear and sharp. So I definitely really highly suggest that you guys do that. And this is stuff that, you can transpose into your final hour of the day, but not as hardcore, right? So I noticed that taking this up to a higher level was when I did my nighttime routine where I had no electronics for the night. I drank some tea and I had incense or a candle. I did some kung fu and, whatever it was, I didn't have electronics and I had that time to unwind and I had time for my mind and my thoughts and myself, and I could evaluate my day or my week, whatever was going on. So that being said, guys, I just wanted to share that with you guys. This is the stuff that I'm going to be giving to my clients. So, share it with your clients if you want on the knowledge and pass it along. Hopefully you guys have an awesome day. I'm out. Body talk. Body talk.